Hello, hello. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist, and welcome to Ushering in 2022, the fourth and final installment, Messages from Our Galactic Family. If this is your first time at my channel, welcome, and check out the other videos in this playlist, Ushering in 2022. They're all messages from different collectives and kingdoms that I had the pleasure of communicating with and tapping into for their messages for our collective. These are general readings, so not all of the messages may resonate with you, even if you do pick a pile that resonates with your spirit. Just take whatever messages feel like they're meant for you and let the rest float away in a cloud of ether to whoever in your collective needs to hear that message at this time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell to be notified when I upload. So the last three readings that I did of this nature, fairies, dragons, and the trees, I started with a channeled message, but since I'm not sure which collectives or in which group and which ones are actually coming forward, I don't have a channeled message for the galactic families at this time. And they inform me that that's fine. They do want me to say that, welcome if you found your way here. And many of you who have found your way here are, now they want me to be kind of careful with using the term starseed, because they feel that some people it makes them feel very comforted that they have discovered that, what being a starseed means, and that a starseed is a thing, and it resonates very strongly with their spirit and it's able to give them kind of a sense of belonging, where a lot of people who have newly discovered their starseedness have felt somehow. They gave me a term, phrase used in one of the cards here, in the world, but not of it. But they are advising me that also for some people, it creates a feeling of, oh, why aren't I a starseed? Am I a starseed? Am I not special? I guess I'm not special. So they want you to know that if you came here, there is something for you here. And even if you are not, don't feel like the starseed name resonates with you, that we're all made of stars. And we have, sorry, I'm like taking the words right now. Humanity has connections in the universe regardless, and you don't need to define that connection in order to benefit from the advice, the love, the support, the guidance, and the frequencies that they're sending you to aid you on your journey. That is all they wanted to say about that. I mean, there's going to be lots to say, woohoo, but that's all they wanted me to say in terms of an introduction for this reading. So it is a pick a card reading. I have 5 piles here, but I have been guided that actually the 5th pile on the end here is actually a collective reading. So basically you can pick from 1 to 4 and also watch 5. You could pick one from 1 to 4 and also watch 5. Or you can just watch 5. I'm still going to do all 5 piles for you to choose from. But just know that the 5th pile is basically, they wanted me to do one big general message at the end for everybody. Anyway, fabulous. What else do I need to tell you? I think we've been through all of the disclaimers. So I'm just going to show you the crystals that we have to denote our piles today. Pile 1, we have Golden Healer. Pile 2, we have Blue Apatite. On pile 3, we have Charoite. I'm going to apologize in advance if you're hearing any singing and music in the background. It's still holiday season-ish, and yeah, there's music in my house. So, pile 4 is Lavender Aura Quartz. And pile 5 is an etched piece of Selenite. So those are your choices. I'm going to give you a 1-minute meditation to help you make your selection. Hello, Pal 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose Golden Healer. Golden Healer is a very high vibe stone. Gold is a very healing, loving, light frequency, said to be, as far as I understand, Christ-like frequency, and that has nothing to do with whether or not you prescribe to any type of religion or Christianity. It has to do with the ascended master, himself, themselves. There's no gender outside of this realm. Yes. It's also just understood to be golden light of universal life force, divine spirit. It's considered a master healer. What else can I say about it? Well, it's used to raise your vibration or frequency. It helps spiritual communications over long distances between worlds and between dimensions, and it just connects you to the divine source of unconditional love and all that is. So if you were drawn to that crystal, that description may have some significance to you. So I've pre-shuffled some of your cards as per request of the Galactic Families. And I will be shuffling some tarot and oracle on camera for you as well. So I have not seen these cards yet, so we will all be surprised. So we have they want me to do it actually in 66 and 65. 66, sharing cultural ideals, Pleiades, present, and 65, refining galactic lineage, Pleiades. And then we have Emerald Tablet Activation, Cosmic Ordering, Divine Alchemy, Conscious Manifesting. And I Am Present. So look at all that gold in that visual. Light Body Activation, Accessing the Divine Within. So if you were drawn to pile 1, you have a connection to the Pleiades and or are going through a particular moment in your evolution that is strongly informed by or can be educated, where you can access knowledge from the Pleiadian experience. If you hear my voice getting very choppy, it's because I'm just like not thinking. I'm on autopilot. I'm on, I'm the puppet sitting on somebody's knee. So that's when sometimes my speech gets robotic / choppy. So through sharing cultural ideals and refining galactic lineage from the Pleiadians, they're talking about this is a personal evolution, although you may be very curious about how other civilizations have evolved. So I'm getting that some of you, pile 1, are very interested in anthropology, history, maybe even like I'm seeing archaeological digs, Egypt, Egyptology, and ancient ruins, things like this. So, like, I'm seeing someone watching like National Geographic Channel. And so, so I'm seeing a natural curiosity around the evolution of civilizations. And some of those civilizations may also be not Earth civilizations. Now, that can lead you to have an innate, it may actually be like in your Akashic records, in your DNA, in some of your past life experiences, that you have knowledge of some of these civilizations that you feel curious about. Especially if you feel drawn to the Pleiades or any other star system, star, planet, galaxy. I'm getting that, yeah, you are going to find that you're going to have opportunities in the coming year to share your knowledge. And so they want you to embrace your knowledge as something real and worth sharing, but it's about sharing it in a neutral way. So with just for the sake of exchanging information. This is the sharing cultural ideals, just for the sake of sharing. People don't need to take it as truth. They don't need to use the information in the way that you feel they should or that you have, but nevertheless, it's still worth sharing. And in refining galactic lineage, I'm getting that your personal evolution, like while you're very intrigued by the bigger evolution of things, of societies and civilizations and galaxies, what happens on a macro level happens on a micro level. So your individual evolution is the most important contribution that you can make to the bigger evolution. Hence why they wanted me to have not 65 and 66, but 66 and 65, because then this 65, refining galactic lineage, comes next to the I am presence, light body activation, accessing the divine within. So if you've spent a lot of time looking at evolution on a macro scale, let's get down to the evolution inside of you. And as I had said earlier, the sharing cultural ideals, if you have had a lot of natural curiosity into the way of the evolution of civilizations. Now, I don't want to exclude anyone in this group who does not have that, but if this is a very distinct, I'm not getting any other possible avenues for this energy to take. So if this does not sound like you, then this may not be your pile. Because the people in this pile have some past life information that needs to be shared. And you will know what it is that needs to be shared because it's showing itself in your current incarnation as a hobby that you're passionate about, or so it's a very innate natural curiosity of yours, whether that be Hermeticism, philosophy, theology, anthropology. There's an OG. Everyone there's some kind of OG behind it, but and looking to that, you may have not really thought much of it. Some of you may have actually become professionals in that career, but some of you may have just always been like, you just are a History Channel buff or a Nature Channel buff, or you do a lot of, you like to read a lot of philosophical texts, for example. And the Pleiadians are saying that there is a deeper none of your proclivities in this lifetime are there for no reason and without a basis. That's what they want you to know. It's all there to signal something to you. Now, and to be utilized in some way. Like, it's all in your toolkit. Yeah, I'm going to shuffle from the Quantum Oracle. Not Quantum Oracle, Quantum Tarot. For some clarifiers. Okay, we already got a bunch. So we have the 8 of Wands, momentum. We have the 7 of Wands. I like to go backwards with you today. Is upright. 10 of Pentacles. They want another one. This was one of those situations where I was asking, how do you want this spread? And they're like, they didn't really want to reveal much of anything to me until they want the bottom card. Until they just wanted me to turn on the camera and do it. That's fine. I'm down. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. So for a lot of you, you are receiving a heavy they're pointing to me that this is all like gold and red as well, fire energy, that you're receiving a lot of downloads, some of you from the Pleiadians themselves, to awaken what's in your Akash and your past life wisdom, because the world needs it. Now they're telling me that the 7 of Wands is coming after the 8 of Wands. Why the numbers stepping backwards is in this case is because, like in the 65 and the 66 and the 8 and the 7, is because they're saying you feel like you need to push forward, but in order to go forward, you need to take a step back. I never know where these energies are going to take me. To take a step forward, you need to take a step back. Now, I'm being totally pulled out of the 3D reality and going into why you up to now have not shared whatever it is, all of this wisdom, knowledge that you've been accumulating, because you have a treasure trove of it. Like the 10 of Pentacles here is telling me that you have it all that you need. You just don't know what to do with it. You're just learning what to do with it. So, and this is part of for some of you, what you are missing is the divine connection, because they keep pointing me to the word divine in these two cards. Divine alchemy is in the emerald tablet activation, and the I am presence as accessing the divine within. So it's like they're showing me these things, shooting everywhere. These wands shooting fire all across the universe and the galaxy, seemingly like in chaos. And the 8 is a very directed energy. And there is a need for your knowledge to have a divine application, even if that divine application is a very mundane, everyday thing. It's the intention that you set behind it and of how you're using it that will determine it as divine or not. It's not an external definition that needs to be applied to it. You see what I'm saying? It's and what I'm getting is that as well, that the reason why this 7 is coming under, the 7 of Wands is coming under the sharing of cultural ideals, is because in your past life you may have suffered for sharing your knowledge because people weren't ready to hear it. So in this lifetime, one of the things that you have to embrace is that, you're safe and free to share your knowledge without fear of death or persecution. For obviously, this is depending on which country you're living in and what type of knowledge it is you are sharing, that may have varying degrees of truth. Now, they're saying that this is that those people, the people drawn to this reading are not necessarily in like mortal danger if they share their knowledge. In the case that some of you are, that there is golden light assistance available to you from your galactic family and from the divine generally. They want me to leave that there because they don't want to get too preachy. But Yeah, your 8th wand. They're saying, here's the 7 of wand. Your 8th wand is the golden ray. And your I am presence, the divine within. I'm going to get a couple more tarot from a different deck now. A little bit of clarification. Are we doing upright or it's spun around? That's why I want to know. Okay, are you going to do it upright? So, and which one comes first? Princess? No. So we have the 10 of Cups, the Princess of Cups, Four of Cups. There's a lot of cups. And I'm shuffling. This is not... I pre-shuffled and I'm shuffling live as well. So on camera. I shouldn't say live. But. And the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. So what is this denoting for me? Okay, so this line of tarot is not only clarifying the multidimensionality. So this line of tarot with the quantum tarot is kind of in the multidimensional verse. And the star tarot here below is the they're giving me the words divine self, your star self in the earthly realm. That's the words they want me to use. So I'll leave it to interpretation like that. You have the 10 of Cups. I'm seeing that you're going to experience a lot of fulfillment in 2022 if you embrace this hobby interest that you have as something that has a deeper meaning of your soul's nature. It will give you a level of fulfillment in your life that you may not have imagined could actually come from that as a source. There's a lot of emotional fulfillment here lined up for you just with the 3 Cups cards here. Because some of you have been, even if you don't feel fragmented in this life, there's a fragmentation on the quantum level, like needing to call back a soul fragment. And this is what it's kind of showing me here. Calling in this big golden cup. There's a lot of fulfillment in there for you, in the knowledge that you've accumulated, and in the sharing of it without expectation. And that will also open you up to complete your healing, a stage of your healing. As well as have a more well-rounded feeling of abundance in your life. So summary, before I make this go on forever, is you have a soul fragment to call back. I'm going to ask the Pleiadians to give me a summary. Okay, they said I was on the right track already. So here we go. You have a soul fragment to call back. You'll know which one it is when you think about something that is like a deep love or interest of yours and has been for a long time. Languages, philosophy, anthropology, civilizations. You are being called to share that with people in a neutral, non-threatening way that's just for the exchange of information and the joy of sharing ideas. You are being called to apply that knowledge into your internal healing. And to accept that part of yourself as a divinely planted seed so that you can experience a fuller you can have a fuller experience of abundance in your current incarnation. Yes. Final message. Today is just one of those days where it's like sometimes my messages come through better in writing. Sometimes they come through better in words. Today must be a writing day. I'm going to pull a final card. Anything else? Looks like that's it. You are here for a reason. Yeah, so this is your... They want you to realize that everything, even the stuff you don't necessarily think is significant, even the stuff that you don't necessarily like about yourself, has been given to you for a reason. I wasn't going to do another card, but I started shuffling automatically and it just kind of flew. Oh, okay. Yes, and for that, you also should never judge another. So reminding you to share these gifts, this knowledge, with an open heart and without any forcefulness, and kindness counts. So how you share your knowledge is important, with which intention. And that's it, Pile 1. Thank you. And that's it for my Ushering in 2022 series for you. You could check out Pile 5 if you are so inclined. And otherwise, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hey, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose blue apatite, this lovely blue water energy crystal. It is useful for personal power, achieving goals. It's a stone of service, can be a stone of service to others, can be a great stone for contacting otherworldly beings. Sorry, I just discovered it has a little chip on it. I hope I didn't drop it. I don't remember that chip being there. But anyway, it's a deeply spiritual stone. And it's associated with psychic abilities and paranormal activity. So if you are attracted to blue apatite, that those crystal properties may have some significance to you. I've pre-shuffled some of your cards as per the Galactic Family's request and the other tarot and final oracle I will shuffle on camera. So let's see what cards came up for you. Card 101, Integrity, Esasani, Parallel. And 53, Belief Systems, Earth, Present. And then we have the Merkaba activation, Transcendence, Ascension, you are rising up. I'll put this one, I think, up here. So if you have chosen Pile 2, one of the messages that came out for you through the selection of the blue apatite is the personal will, psychic abilities, paranormal abilities, but personal will and humanitarian energy efforts primarily, and your belief systems, your ability to act with integrity and question belief systems that do not seem to resonate with what you feel you know on a soul level. That will be what is defining your entry into 2022. I will pull back for a moment. If my voice seems to get choppy or kind of robotic, then I'm just allowing the interpretations to come through without anything. Yeah. Because one of the things I ask is that I don't interfere in the communication of messages. So, yes, you are, through your ascension, certain beliefs that do not resonate with you and things that you had put up with up to now for the purpose of survival will be falling away. You will be rising above those people and situations that seek to keep you separated from what you know the truth of yourself to be and the greater truth of human existence. You must rely on your personal integrity, your personal truth, and your intuition. You are receiving messages. Trust that the messages you are receiving are divine messages. You are not going crazy. You are part of those on the planet who are ready to understand a wider, greater perspective on the human experience and how energy works. What humans like to refer to as the meaning of life. What is the meaning of life? You have an insight into what that may be. You do not need to know all of it. But you could also know what it is not. And this frees you from fear and dramas that people tend to want to pull you back into because it makes them comfortable, because they are not ready to see the bigger picture that you are able to see. Hence, this Merkaba is important for you to protect your energy field as well, and to safely take you to a higher frequency. Note the rainbow colors in the Merkaba activation card, and understand it as a frequency that you are receiving. Many, many, many frequencies that you are receiving because you are ready to receive them. And you will find in 2022 your integrity challenged by either mainstream media and the people who with you choose to spend your company. I can shuffle now. So we will look at the Quantum Tarot. King of Swords. What is this? Many. Okay. Nine of Cups. Eight of Swords. Five of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune. Who is speaking? Me? Okay. You are very clear in what it is that you believe, even if you don't share that with everybody. There is a fear of persecution, and it is not necessarily a unfounded fear. Often, yes, it is true. Often people have fears that are memories from their past experiences and past lives. This being on the multi-dimensional level, it can very well be in a past life. They want me to shuffle the next set of tarot right now. Are you doing reversals on this reading? Yeah. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. The 7 of Cups. See, they didn't let me do reversals in the first reading in pile 1 because I was warming up. Poor pile 1. they got me when I was still warming up. By the time I get to pile 5, this is going to be like, whoa. The Empress and Temperance. You don't need to doubt what you know inside yourself to be true. Because even if it's not the only truth, it's one of the truths. And in a past life experience, many of you at pile 2 were persecuted for, this happened in pile 1 too, apparently. Persecuted for, well, in this pile they're saying persecuted for speaking against the king. So, persecuted for speaking against the king. Jailed and loss of status, loss of material wealth, loss of family. But you don't have to be woe is me because you kind of signed up for it in that lifetime to experience that. So in this lifetime, if people are telling you that they're giving me 8 of Pentacles in reverse, if people are telling you that you don't know what you're talking about and you need to go read a book or you need to go get educated, the 8 of Pentacles in reverse is saying you ain't got any, you don't have ish to learn. It is being given to you by the divine, so don't worry about them. You're going to have many options of places and people to plant your seed of light within. They're showing me the dove to help manifest peace in your family or community or wherever this strife is, where you are being called to act with integrity within a belief system that does not serve your highest good, and honestly not the highest good of anybody in that situation, but because the people in that situation don't know another way to be, you will find hard pressed for you to influence them. So the Empress is sovereign in her energy and knows what she knows, and those who want to come and be abundant can come be abundant, and those who don't, well, then they toil otherwise. And you have to be willing to let those people go. Okay, my head is starting to hurt, so then thinking there's something else that they want to say. There is a need for you to release any doubt around what you have been given as knowledge. It is coming from a deep well that is in your cosmic ancestry. It does not come from nowhere. It's not learned from a book. It is learned. It is ancient wisdom. More ancient than you even believe the world, your society believes the world to be old. And therefore, trust in the divine plan. Trust in your divine team. If you do not have connection to your divine team, start connecting with them, because they will be the ones who, and your galactic family, they will be the ones who keep you, help you stay and act in integrity during a tumultuous period of 2022. Not the whole year will be tumultuous, but there will be people who are called to be on a front line of change, of changing thoughts and attitudes, changing norms as things fall away. You may find yourself to be one of those people because of your position in society, your job. So having divine support, believing in your divine support, trusting in your divine support will be essential to your comfort in 2022. Final messages: worry is a wasted emotion. They don't want me to explain that one. They want you to meditate on it. Know your truth. It's self-explanatory, they say. And live your bliss. They say this one may feel like it comes out of left field, but don't betray yourself. And these things that you believe to be true, that you know on a heart level to be true, if it comforts you to know those things, that is your right to bask in that and allow it to be real and true and your reality. They want to remind you that you create your reality. Hence why worry is a wasted emotion. I think that's it, pile 2. Is that it? That's it. Thank you. That was the last pile 2 for the Ushering in 2022. Feel free to take a look at pile 5 if you are so inclined. And otherwise, thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Be well. Stay blessed. Bye for now. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose Charoite, this beautiful purple lavenderish crystal. It resonates with both the crown chakra and the heart chakra. This is a stone of transformation, cleansing your aura and chakras, transmuting negative energy into healing, and it opens your heart to unconditional love. What else is it? It comes from Siberia, and so it's been said to be good for anyone who's healing from being imprisoned, to be honest, or who works in the prison system, who works with the chronically ill, boarding schools, anywhere where people are kind of kept and not let out freely. So that crystal meaning may have some significance to you, pile 3. We're on pile 3, right? Pile 3. These are just flying by right now. Wonderful. So I've pre-shuffled some of your oracles as per the request of the Galactic Families. Now, the way things are going, like these cards, there's never, you may get the same group on both cards. You may get a different group on each card. So I haven't looked at the cards, so I can't tell you if it's going to tell you who you have the most connection with or such. It's just the nature of the message that needs to come to you today, if that makes sense. I'm a little bit between worlds at the moment, so it's like with each reading that goes by, I get a little loopier. so don't mind me. Let's just flip over the card, shall we? First, we have Embracing Transition, Serious, Present, Time, Healing, Crisis, and Purging, card 56, Orion, also present. So as you see, you have 2 different stars here, a constellation and a star. And then we have Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new information, end of a cycle. Well, I love it when cards come together and just kind of tell a story all on their own, and in a very uniform way. You've got Embracing Transition, Healing, Crisis, and Purging, and the Anunnaki light codes. So as the Charoite signifies, you are going through a deep healing transition. You may have been in a prison of your own making. I'm going to take a break, but just a pause to inform you, because I forget to inform you before I start. In this case, in this reading, if I go off into sounding like like robotic, or then I'm just letting the message pass through me with as little interference as possible. And then at some point I'll probably come back and you'll hear my normal rhythm of speaking and silliness. Okay, great. So where was I? You are undergoing a deep transition that you may also be resisting at this time. Hence why it is also coming up as a form of crisis. Such a deep, fundamental change in your perceptions can be disarming, can be painful even. It changes the very fabric of your being, and that how you define yourself and know yourself to be. Yet you are being offered the opportunity to know yourself on a much deeper, wider, brighter level, expansive idea of yourself than you have allowed yourself to even be cognizant of up to now. And some of you are afraid to leave the confines that you have built for yourself, because at least in the confines you know how to function. Yet, if you do not leave these confines, then you will be left behind on when rewind. You will be not left behind, but left out of opportunities to greatly shift your energy and to be a part of a great shift. Some of you are existing in parts of the world where you have the opportunity to experience a great shift and to be part of a great shift, positive shift, and dismantling of systems that keep people oppressed and impoverished, not only in material, but in the spiritual and emotional, intellectual, in their ability to accept higher knowledge, in their ability to access their deeper wisdom, in their ability to see the magic and divinity of their own humanity. This is why you are being invited to embrace the transition, and this is why this pile is designated by the crystal Charoite. With its close affinity to Siberia, famous for its use as a place of detention. It also this point of view can also be seen as simply a matter of perspective. I will shuffle the tarot. Am I reversing? Yes. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. 14. It's 14. Ugh. Temperance. There we go. I'm pretty sure 14 is Temperance, but I will double check. 17 is the Star. And the Nine of Wands, excuse me, in the upright. And I'm going to shuffle another deck, the Star Tarot, the Five of Cups, the Ten of Cups, this way, I don't know which. Yeah, okay, Seven of Swords. They want it that way, reverse. And then the Empress in reverse. So this top row is kind of multi-dimensional quantum level, and then this is, the bottom row is more on the earthly plane, let's say, but still your divine nature, your star nature. Okay. There is a saying that they can't access in my mind anyway because I don't have it. But there's a saying that has to do with, or I think there's like a fable or a story of sorts where, you know, when something has been in a cage and you open the door of the cage and they still stay in the cage because they are just familiar with the cage. They're so used to being in the cage that they're afraid of what's out there. Yeah. I'm getting very much this okay, I need a moment and a sip of water. The cage has been lifted on a quantum level. The cage has been lifted, which also getting also has to do with the karma that you have successfully released. Now, you may be so used to having that karma may have been with you for such a long time that you don't even realize. Like, this is the cage. You could see someone back there. This is the door being lifted. But it's of sorts, so it's in your head. There's been something unlocked in your psyche, and the divine is in there. Making you as fluid as possible to move through, to embrace this transition. There's this card coming in right underneath it. This star card, I find it funny, the star card here. On this star card, there are 8 stars in this circle, but I'm getting on a very deep level that there was a very dark period, if not in this life, that you were carrying it with you in your aura because of it in a past life. And that may have exhausted you from even trying to heal or shift. Hence the 9 of Wands. And there's nothing wrong with that inherently. There was a time when, like, it was not going to be possible unless you went through. You could not avoid it. You had to go through the healing and through the karma and through the balancing. But now the dark night of the soul is over. Unfortunately, there seems to be it's still poking its head out every once in a while in your current reality. Although the 10 of Cups is presenting itself to you also, I'm getting that both of these are peeking out, both of these opportunities are peeking out to you. Well, opportunities. This is not an opportunity. But both of these frequencies are because the 10 is 5 times 2. Right? So it's like double the grief, 2 times grief. And 2 equals, oh, see, now I made it sounded like a joke when they said it, but it's actually kind of what they mean. It's, you can't get to the celebration if you're going to avoid the mourning. Just mourn. So when I said double the grief, they said double the grief, double the mourning. And mourning could be a play on words. So it's like, grieve if you need to grieve. Don't tiptoe around it and half grieve and say, oh, I'm all better now, like after having a beer or something like this. Like, no. Grieve properly, because grieving properly is what will open the doors for you to embrace the transition and really walk through this energetic shift. And because remember, Anunnaki light codes is also end of a cycle. The Nine of Wands is getting almost to the end of the cycle and feeling like your back is going to break if you want to give up, right? So in your case, pile 3, you may need to mourn the end of the cycle. There are lessons in grief, and there are lessons in mourning. And they want me to remind you, because I was just reading this the other day in the last deck that I'm going to be pulling from in a couple minutes. Once, like outside of our kind of earthly realm, our earthly human existence, there is no, there's no loss, because every situation, you see the bigger perspective, you see the lesson, you see, so there's no loss or grieving or mourning the loss of something or someone, right? So that is something very particular to the human experience. So not allowing yourself that is depriving yourself of one of the most unique experiences in the universe, really. So while it's not pleasant necessarily, it is necessary, it's cathartic, and it has rainbows on the other side of it. And has treasures in it. With the Seven of Swords in reverse, you see who is that in there? A lamb? You have the big buck with his great big antlers. So I'm getting from this is like when I see it this way, you think that you're this big, I'm totally ready. I'm going to run full speed ahead because I have these huge horns and I can deal with anything that comes my way. But the reality is this is, you're kind of unprepared still. You're this little, baby with no antlers. And you can get hurt out there. But in the reverse, it's like you're seeing yourself as not equipped, but the reality is you are equipped. You're very well equipped to make it through this healing crisis and this purging. And the Empress in reverse is indicating to me they're giving me these words, so I'll use them, not to rest on your laurels with your healing and wait for something to happen. It's not necessarily an intuitive time. It is a time of acting in order to bring about this shift. And I'm just going to pull another card to clarify, to ask, like, what is it that you can do? Beautiful. The Magician. So you have like a master intuitive, and then you have a master manifester. Yeah. You need to, whatever powers of manifestation, tools of manifestation you know how to harness them. And if you don't know, Google tools of manifestation, how to manifest, top 10 ways to manifest. You affirmations, rituals. They're saying that part of manifesting is not just calling things in, but also releasing. So if you have a steam room, if you have a bathtub, if you need a salt bath, salt shower, learn how to use your shower time for cleansing your aura, for example. Tools of manifestation. You should, I'm going to tell me to put it up here. That is something that you should utilize in order to bring about this energetic shift. I'm going to pull some final messages from what's this deck called? Messages from the Gods. This is exactly the card that I was reading about, that I told you about, where grief is so unique to the human experience. This is the card that description is under. So you see, they just confirmation that I'm not making this up. Death is an illusion. Yeah. So some of you may actually be dealing with a very real death in your family. And if so, I and the Galactic Families do want you to know that we send our blessings and our hearts are with you. They want you to feel comforted that anyone who has passed on actually has more access to you now than when they were alive. So you can call on them, think about them, and they'll be wherever you are. It speaks again to confirm what I said about the grieving process, and also death of your former self. Nothing that was meant for you will pass you by. Next, you have be yourself. So there is a lot of, I'm getting a lot of things falling away that just don't serve you. And you may feel afraid at first of letting them go, but like attracts like, and you're being transformed into a being that attracts all of the abundance, positivity that you are worthy of in 2022. And that is what the Galactic Family would like you to know. Pile 3. And that's it for me, for you, for today. Except for if you want to go see pile 5, the Selenite pile, you are more than welcome. I am excited to see what that reading is going to bring. And otherwise, I will see you in another reading. North Node readings are coming up soon. So until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Lavender Aura Quartz. So it's just a quartz crystal. It's a quartz crystal. There's nothing just about it. A quartz crystal that's covered with, coated in an aura coating that has a lavender sheen to it. I don't know how well you can see that. I can see it fairly well. Kind of the closer you get to it, the less you see it. But Yeah, so lavender resonates with the crown chakra. Clear quartz is just an easily, I keep saying just, oh, sorry, I forgot to move this one out of the way. It's just an awesome crystal. Clear quartz is easily programmable. It raises the frequency of anywhere that it is, and it can elevate the frequency of any crystal you're working with. Or so if you have, like for example, a small and expensive crystal and you can't really afford at the moment, or it's hard to source a bigger piece, you can use clear quartz to amplify its vibration. So clear quartz is every crystal lover's best friend. I have a feeling that that has significance for you, Pile 4. The properties of the clear quartz and the aura coding. So I did some pre-shuffling of your oracles. There are not as many cards as I would usually use or have been using in these pick-a card readings because I really wanted to focus on whatever message the Galactic Family wanted to communicate through me. So I haven't seen these cards. These I pre-shuffled as per their request, and then I'm going to shuffle some tarot on camera and a final message. And that's it. So let's dive right in. We have long-term goals. Card 45, serious. Past time. We have 74, initiation and ceremony. Vega, future. A nice feeling with this going. Halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. So as soon as I got the initiation and ceremony, I got that some of you are being called into a spiritual initiation process. Priesthood of some sort, or shamanism. Which is interesting because, as I said, the quartz, the crystals that everyone's been choosing and that have been chosen for your piles have a significance to the reading as well. They're not just placeholders for, pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. They also, crystals have their own oversouls, masters, and energies and frequencies that communicate to us as well. So that is a layer of your reading as well. I'm already going to, okay, quick disclaimer. If and when my voice gets kind of monotone and or choppy, then I'm just letting a message come through. And at some point I will, you'll feel my personality come back. And you'll hear my chair squeaking. So, clear quartz is a signifier of how your energy interacts with those around you. You are an amplifier. You are an uplifter of energy. You have the ability to alchemize energy. You have the ability to transmute it. You have the ability to magnify it or reduce it. This skill is one that you would like or should we would like you to harness that skill. In 2022, and perhaps you have already had this goal in mind in some way and have dibble-dabbled in things of that nature without knowing where it would lead you. It is to lead you to the halls of learning. Attend to the knowledge that can be passed down to you from your spirit guides first, and your earthly guides will show themselves to you once your frequency is emanating that of seeker, seeking a teacher, an apprentice seeking a master. You have done this before. That was pretty quick, so we're going to go to the tarot. 7 of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. 8 of Wands in reverse. And the 9 of Swords in reverse. A lot of, well, this book ended by swords. This is, so this line is like a multi-dimensional quantum field energy. This first line of tarot. I'm going to do another line that has more to do with your higher self in this particular lifetime. Knight of Wands. I'll show that. The Star. Ten of Wands. And the Two of Wands. You got a lot of wands in this lifetime. So there is in your soul memory a past attempt of attaining great knowledge that you did not achieve. They're not really giving me the reason as to why you didn't achieve it, but the memory of that keeps you from trying again. Some of you feel like a fraud, so you doubt your abilities, you don't trust your abilities. So they're telling me the example, like if you read tarot and you watch other tarot readers, you feel like, oh, I'm such a faker, like I have to look at the book all the time, and these people are just out there like throwing out cards and talking to aliens and stuff. It's like, yeah, that doesn't mean that you don't have a gift of your own. It's just you have to find out how it works. And once you find out how it works, then you know how to open a reading, how to close it, how to interpret the cards that come to you, which tingles and which body parts and which sensations mean what, how your intuition speaks to you. So there's hesitancy. On one hand, there's hesitancy. On a deeper level, there's hesitancy. While on the surface, the Knight of Wands is kind of, runs full speed ahead into anything. Right? And they do want you to run full speed ahead, but with the foundation of believing in your gift, because your gift is real and it has been given to you. You've carried this gift for more than one lifetime, and in several lifetimes you've been called to awaken it. You have not always succeeded. And that's fine. That's kind of how it goes. We try. Sometimes we fail. We try again. The Ten of Wands says in this lifetime, you will be initiated into the mystery school, into the practice that you feel called to. Now, I can't tell you what that is that you feel called to, but you will know. If this is your pile, you will know. And the Two of Wands is saying that you have got to be aware that just because options exist doesn't mean that what you chose is wrong. Right? The universe rarely eliminates all your options so that there's only one. So that that's where I have to go. Especially when it gets to a point where it's about you knowing and believing, then it's also about you on a regular basis choosing what you know to be true as your beacon and as your guiding light. And making that choice consciously and on a regular basis, not just falling into it all the time. We could fall into it once or twice, but at the end of the day, confirmation, which is on this Halls of Learning card, confirmation of your dedication comes from you making the choice time and time again. And they're telling me, it's something like a marriage. Like a marriage is you're choosing to make something work time and time again. It's not just going to be a honeymoon period the whole time and an easy choice for you to stay the course. Right? All right. I feel like I went really quickly through that one, but we'll see what final messages there are. I feel like my voice is getting a bit tired, but it's okay. I have water and I have crystals. I'm sure some combination of the two will heal me. So now I feel like every time I feel like I'm ending too early, they throw out a bunch of cards that end up taking me down a whole other road. So follow the golden rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. That didn't really come up here. But they're telling me that it has something to do with why you didn't succeed in the past. Maybe you got arrogant. about your abilities, and so they were taken. Then you have love is your energy. And possess self-confidence. And they do want me to fill the board. Where do you, yep, they want that there. They want me to not leave that space empty. No. They want another one there. There we go. Live your bliss. Love is your energy. Live your bliss. So if so basically, they're saying, do what you love. This that you're being called to, it's also like, it feels like coming home. They're saying it feels like warmth. It feels like being with your elders. It feels very comforting to you. And you should remain in the bliss of it all and not, and beware of it getting, well, first of all, beware of it getting tedious. Like, always keep that fire of love for it, even if you do have to like learn, and if it's a longer process. And be confident that you have been chosen for this path. And be aware that other people weren't chosen for that path, but they were chosen for other paths. So you should respect their calling as much as you respect your own. And that's it. Pile 4. We made it. And now I'm going to do pile 5, which you can check out as the bigger collective reading. There's a big stack of cards that comes with it, so I'm very curious as to what is going to come of that. I hope that this reading was enjoyable and enlightening for you, and I'll be doing my North Node readings shortly, so keep an eye out on my channel for that as well. And until then, oh yeah, check out pile 5. And but other than that, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to pile 5. Now, some of you may have decided just to watch this pile because nothing else resonated with you. That's cool. And others of you, as I said in the beginning and at the end of all the other piles, that pile 5 was given to me as a collective. They just wanted me to read for everybody with this pile. So some of you just came to this one. Some of you, this is your second little foray into the messages from the Galactic Family. My voice is getting a little tired. But I just wanted to keep in the energy and keep going. So, Selenite we have here. So I guess there's two things really to say about this selenite. The crystal itself and the etching on it. Let's start with the crystal. So the selenite, it promotes peace and calm. It's great for cleansing space. It vibrates at a very high frequency. It's good for concentration. It is great for accessing your intuition, clearing blocked energy, and elevating the spirit in general. Now, the pattern that is on it is the flower of life. Oh, I should pull that up. Sorry. The pattern on it is the flower of life, and it symbolizes creation. And this reminds us of the unity of everything. It's that we're all built from the same stuff. So it's a sacred geometry. Yeah, quite beautiful. It's one of my favorites. So let's see what the Galactic Family has for us. I don't even know who came through on this pile, because this pile is like, yeah, it's just like cards. I don't even know if I have enough holders for all these cards. There's 7 holders there. I got 9. We'll figure that one out. So let's start with these. What do we have? We have Saving Humanity, Serious, Past. True Compassion, Orion Light, Future. I didn't mention it in any of the other readings, but when these cards called the Galactic Heritage card, when it says past, future, it's talking about the timeline of that civilization, that galactic group. So I don't really address it in the readings. So we can kind of disregard that part. Unconditional Love, Arcturus. And Dreamtime and Awakening. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Cetacean whale. I love whales. Let me see if I can get rid of that glare. That's okay. We'll be fine. Don't mind the sound of my squeaky chair. Okay. Let's see. From this side. So we have Akashic Stargate, Aligned with Purpose, Crossroads, No Wrong Path. Karmic Board Clearing, Energetic Clearing, Rewrite Your Story, Live Your Truth. These are beautiful cards for a collective reading. Star Being Healing Codes, important information, wounds are healed, recharging. Sword of Light, Divine Protection, Cords Cut, Breakthrough Energy. And finally, last but not least, we have Angelic Frequency, Angels Are Here, You Are Safe, Potent Connection. Now, I just feel a whole lot of support coming through. I have to say that off the bat. Dear ones, it is time. It is time for the next step for humanity. And if you have come across this reading today, you are part of that process of that shift. One thing that humans tend to underestimate is the simple increase of their capacity to love and be loved. There's much time spent fighting against things, signing petitions against things that one does not like, detoxing and avoiding certain foods and certain places and avoiding using certain language and so on and so forth. Yet we ask ourselves, why so much effort to avoid, to reject, to cut away, to inhibit and prohibit yourselves when you have not fully opened yourself to what you will replace these things with, these things that you cut out. You cut out the hatred, the inequalities. What shall be in its place? Compassion, love. And how can these things, compassion, love, take its place if in yourself you are unable to see your full worthiness of that compassion and that love? Not only from us, but from yourself and your fellow humans. And as such, then, it is necessary for us to assist you. We are always happy to assist you. Simply in understanding that there is a great capacity for more expansive love, far beyond what you have up to now allowed yourself to recognize. It is beyond the scope of your imagination. All that you need to acknowledge the seed that you need to plant is that if this board is cleared, the karma, the memories that plague you, the fears, the wounds, the cords that connect you to past realities, past experiences, memories, that keep you small. That which cleared can be filled with love. Not only can, it must. For what else is there? I'm going to shuffle the tarot. They want me to shuffle the tarot? No, I don't think they want any tarot. Huh. Okay, they want me to do any tarot? I thought there was going to be some tarot. Okay, no, they just want a different. I was using 2 decks. If you looked at the readings before, they just want the 1 deck this time. Oh. The High Priestess. This comes at the end, just the 3 of Cups. And you want these in reverse. Yeah. Okay, so we have the High Priestess, then we have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the 3 of Cups. Okay, so I'm just going to do my normal reading. Yeah, so what's coming up here is all roads lead to Rome, basically. And if you're in this reading and feeling aligned with this message, then we are in a pivotal year where we can, karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. We all have the ability right now to just recreate our world. Starting with, when I say our world, each one of our individual worlds that are the points in the abstract little painting. Who painted with all those dots? Monet? I'm not a big follower of paintings, but each of our little lives and the world that we create for ourselves is a dot in this bigger picture, the beautiful landscape we can't even see. Each of us can't see the bigger whole painting, right? We're each only putting our dot on the canvas. So make that dot count, and make that dot what you want it to be. If you want yellow, if you want it to be blue, if you want it to be fuchsia, this is the time. Karmic board clearing, the star being healing codes. Great healing is coming through for all of past wounds in past lives and wounds from this life, and we are going to be receiving important information. Maybe now we're not going to just see our little dot, but maybe we'll see a collection of 10. So we're going to see a bigger things from a higher perspective in 2022. we're going to be able to step back a little bit from our subjective feelings and reactions and be more objective and perhaps see a greater purpose. The sword of light is divine protection, and it's going to cut cords to old narratives, old people in our lives that have held us back, or that we at least think were holding us back. They're telling me the sword we could also take as the sword in the tarot deck of a sword of perception. And the angelic frequencies is the angels are here doing their work. They're here. Your guardian angel, particularly, you don't have to go far to meet an angel. You have one. You have one. If you have a cat or a dog, they have two. Squirrels have two. Like, I believe all animals have two guardian angels, and we have one. Some people have two. Yeah, so you don't have to go far to get that angelic cradling. So you are safe. You are safe to shed the layer. And what the Galactic Family is saying here is, as much as they want to step in and just, they're humans, we'll take you the rest of the way. They can't do that for you. But they're rooting for you, us. I'm here too. So yeah, they're totally rooting for us. And the lot of us who are watching this Pile 5 reading here are being assisted by our galactic families during our dreams. Dream time and awakening. Yeah, they're taking us into the depths to do some cleansing of ourselves, karmic board cleaning, to do all this work while we're sleeping, because a lot of it we can't, we're not quite prepared to do in a waking state. We have our ego presents resistance, our emotional bodies present resistance, so they do it while we're sleeping. So you may want to dream journal. If you want to try to be a more active part of that clearing, that would be awesome. What do the tarot have to say down here? The High Priestess. I love her dress in this deck. Like, I want that dress. But they're focusing me really on the moon, but I mean, if they really wanted me to have the moon card, they would have given me the moon card. But they're giving me dream weaving in this dream weaving. So it's a great time to intuitively what's the word I'm looking for? Web together, weave. To weave your dreams out of dream fabric. It doesn't need to have. We're not at the stage of a practical plan yet. So when I'm doing this reading, it is now, what is it? It's January 3rd. So the new year just passed. The new moon was yesterday. We have Jupiter it was new moon in Capricorn. Jupiter's in Pisces. It's a great time for manifesting and putting your intentions out into the universe. High Priestess is confirmation of get on that vibe. get on that dream vibe and like feel the vibe of what it is that you want to have before you actually have it. The all of these cards in reverse, the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. It's telling me that right now, like, these are not manifested into reality. Like, these things will not be manifested into the tangible soon. You know, and that's fine. They're telling me to look at more of it like these are things being planted, because, and the reason why these things have to be planted and kind of go underground for a few weeks or months is because of these two very important elements. So all of these three cards sit right under true compassion and unconditional love. So if I'm going to, and I will take it to like a bigger collective dreaming of our future as, you know, Earth humans, the High Priestess is saying, you know, dare to dream of the world that you want to live in. And I don't like swearing. Yeah, very cute. Like, I don't have another word for it, but I don't like using the F word. So, dare to dream it and don't like forget. Just, I'll use the F word as forget. Forget everything else that you think, oh, I can't do this because, oh, that's not going to happen. Like, honestly, get over yourself. It is about manifestation time right now. So, like, what you want, you need to put it in the collection plate. You know what I'm saying? The universe is passing around a collection plate. They want you to put your wish in it. So don't flake out on yourself. There's another F word for you. Don't flake out on yourself and say, yeah, you know, I want that, but, you know, I know that that's not necessarily realistic. Like, you're only selling yourself short, and you're selling all the rest of us also short. You know, when you don't dream big for yourself and believe that you can have everything, you also say, I don't believe that the world is a place that is abundant enough or benevolent enough to give me that. I am not worthy of it, and the world is not capable of giving it to me. Please do better by us and yourself, and make your dreams disgustingly big. Like, have audacity to dream. And you don't have to share it with anybody. You don't have to let other people poo-poo on it. You dream big for you. And believing in you permeates to everybody else. You know, so that's what came through on that one for the High Priestess. Saving humanity. Like, it all starts with the vision. It all starts with the vision. And Three of Cups, Dreamtime and Awakening. I don't remember if I addressed this. True compassion and unconditional love. Yes, you need true compassion and unconditional love to be in the seeds that you're planting, or else they're going to sprout up, and you're like, there's still something missing. You know, this fruit still tastes funny. Yeah, because it's missing the compassion and the love. Or else, yeah, you're going to get funny tasting fruit again. You know, we're done with the funny tasting fruit. We want ripe, sweet, nutritious, you know, full of seeds to plant new growth fruit harvest. So in order for that to be, we need to have compassion and unconditional love in everything that we're planting. And then Three of Cups, celebration. Look at all those people. Look at those ladies and those sunflowers. Yeah. And it's coming under the whales and the angelic frequency and the dream time and awakening. Gather with like-minded people. Gather with like-minded people. Be careful of who you share your big dreams with. If you're the only person in your, circle who is watching readings like this and it's like, yeah, I'm going to dream big, I believe, and then you go get it stomped on by people who are cynical, go find new people. You don't have to cut out the other people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying expand and find these. You don't, right now where I'm living, we're going into another lockdown, at least partial lockdown. So those groups may be online, may not be in person, right? Use your discernment, but do go a-looking. Go a-looking. And when you put your intention out there, the angels will direct you to where is a safe space for you to cultivate that frequency of compassion, unconditional love, and dreaming for the biggest, brightest future there is. Yes, ma'am, and sirs, and everything in between. So, is there, they want the final messages from the guides. Are you sure? Are you 100% sure? Okay. Now, the reason I wasn't going to take these cards is because we could be here all day if they give me something that that takes me on a new direction. But it's okay. As long as my voice still hangs in there, I'm good. Oh, geez. Okay, we got quite a few. We got 5 messages, so I'll try to keep it brief. Let's go. Understand your body. Okay, so they're telling me that I'm not going to interpret any of these. I'm going to hold them up. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to read them to you, and those who it's meant for, it will, send you a little jolt. Understand your body. Forgive yourself. Follow the golden rule. Appreciate your talents. And set your intentions. So yeah, yeah. No interpretation of those last 5 messages. Something, one or more of them is for you. You will know which one is for you. And they said some of you will know it not by the words, but by the color of the card. Yes. Yay! We did it. We did it. We're in 2022. And this was my last Ushering in 2022 video. I hope you enjoyed the series. If you missed any other installment of the series, they are all on a playlist on my channel. It's called, the playlist is called Ushering in 2022. Easy enough. And otherwise, I will be back to posting my North Node readings in the next couple days. So, thanks for stopping by. I wish you all the best for 2022 and hope to see you again. And until next time, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.